Chosen one, pause for a moment. This is not just another video you randomly clicked. This is a confirmation. Not from me, not from the world, but from heaven itself. Because what you've been feeling lately, that pressure, that isolation, that strange inner shift, it wasn't confusion. It was preparation. And today, you're about to understand why your life could never be ordinary. Because heaven has just confirmed your role in this era. And once you hear this, you will never see yourself the same again. Let's start with the truth you've always felt, but couldn't explain. You never fit in. No matter how hard you tried. No matter how much you adjusted. No matter how much you silenced your true self. Something always felt off. People misunderstood you. Environments drained you. Even success, when you touched it, felt empty. And for a long time, you thought something was wrong with you. But chosen one, what if the discomfort was never a flaw? What if it was a signal? Because heaven never designed you to blend into systems you were sent to disrupt. You weren't created to follow the crowd. You were sent to awaken it. That's why your path has been lonely. That's why your journey has been different. That's why your soul has always whispered, there's more. Now let's talk about the part that hurt the most. The delays. The doors that didn't open. The opportunities that slipped away. The moments where you felt forgotten. You watched others move ahead. Build, succeed, rise. While you were stuck in what felt like silence. And deep inside you asked, God, why not me? But here's the truth heaven wants you to hear today. You were never behind. You were being built. Because what God placed inside you cannot be rushed. You weren't delayed because you were unworthy. You were delayed because your assignment carries weight. And weight requires strength. Strength of character. Strength of spirit. Strength of identity. So every setback, every rejection, every painful pause was shaping you into someone who can carry what others cannot. Chosen one, this is the part many people overlook. Because when activation begins, it doesn't always look like power at first. Sometimes, it looks like confusion. Sometimes, it feels like pressure. Sometimes, it even feels like everything is falling apart. But in reality, everything is aligning. You see, when heaven begins to activate your role, it doesn't just change your external life. It rewires your internal world. And if you've been paying attention to yourself lately, you'll notice these undeniable signs. Something inside you has changed, and you can't fully put it into words. You're not the same person you were months ago. Maybe not even weeks ago. Your thoughts are different. Your reactions are different. Even your silence feels different. It's like you've outgrown your old identity, but haven't fully stepped into the new one yet. And that space in between feels unfamiliar. But listen carefully. That discomfort is not confusion. It's transformation. You are shedding who you used to be, because your old self cannot carry your new assignment. Things that once entertained you now feel empty. Conversations that once felt normal now feel shallow. Environments you used to enjoy now drain your energy. And part of you wonders, why don't I feel the same anymore? Because your spirit is evolving. You're no longer aligned with things that don't serve your higher purpose. And yes, it can feel lonely, because you're outgrowing spaces that others are still comfortable in. But that's a sign of elevation, not loss. You're starting to see through people, not in a judgmental way, but in a clear, undeniable way. You can feel when something is off. You can sense hidden intentions. You can read energy without needing words. And sometimes, this ability even surprises you. You pick up on things others miss. You notice patterns others ignore. That's not overthinking. That's spiritual awareness. Because your role requires clarity. And heaven is sharpening your vision. So you won't be easily deceived. There's a quiet pull inside you. A knowing that you're meant for something more. But here's the challenge. You don't fully know what it is yet, and that can feel frustrating, because your spirit is ready, but your path isn't fully revealed. But understand this: God doesn't always give the full blueprint at once. He gives direction, step by step, because your role is not just about destination. It's about becoming. And right now, you're becoming someone who can handle what's coming. Let's be real. As your role activates, resistance increases. You may feel sudden doubt, unexpected anxiety, unusual fatigue, or even emotional heaviness that doesn't make sense. Things may start going wrong at the same time. Delays, misunderstandings, setbacks, and it feels like you're being tested all over again. But here's the truth. The enemy doesn't attack what has no value. The intensity you're feeling is confirmation. Because when your next level is close, opposition gets louder. But don't mistake resistance for rejection. It's often a sign that you're moving in the right direction. You're not isolating because you're broken anymore. You're choosing solitude because it brings peace. You're more protective of your energy, more selective with your time, more intentional with your connections. And you're no longer afraid to be alone, because in that silence, you feel closer to yourself, closer to God, closer to truth. That's not loneliness. That's alignment. There's something new inside you, a sense of urgency. Not panic, but pressure. Like time suddenly matters more. Like you can't keep delaying what you know you're supposed to do. You start thinking, I can't stay here forever. I can't keep playing small. I can't ignore this feeling anymore. That's not random. That's activation calling you forward. Because your role is not meant to stay dormant. It's meant to move. Before, you cared about being accepted, about being liked, understood, approved. But now, something has shifted. You'd rather be real than accepted. You'd rather be aligned than applauded. You're no longer chasing people's opinions. You're following your inner truth. And that's when real power begins. Because once you stop needing validation, you become unstoppable. Chosen one. If you see yourself in these signs, don't panic, don't doubt, and definitely don't shrink. Because what you're experiencing right now is not random. It's not emotional instability. It's not you losing yourself. It's you stepping into yourself. This is activation. This is alignment. This is the moment your old life begins to fade, and your real role begins to rise. So don't resist it. Lean into it. Because heaven is not just preparing you anymore. Heaven is positioning you. And once you fully step into this, there will be no going back. Chosen one, let's address something that many don't talk about. The isolation. The seasons where you felt alone, disconnected, even abandoned. You lost people. You outgrew environments. You walked away from things that once felt like everything. And it hurt. But here's what heaven is revealing. You were not being punished. You were being separated. Because your calling requires clarity. And clarity cannot grow in noise. God had to remove distractions so you could hear your true identity. He had to pull you away from certain people because they were connected to a version of you that no longer exists. And yes, it felt painful. But that isolation was sacred. It was the place where your real self was being formed. Now let's be real. What's coming next in your life will stretch you. Because your role is not small. You were not sent here just to survive. You were sent to shift something. To lead. To influence. To awaken. And that means stepping out of comfort. It means speaking when it's easier to stay silent. It means standing when others sit. It means being misunderstood, again. But this time, you won't shrink. Because now, you know who you are. And when identity becomes clear, fear loses its power. Here's something you may have already started experiencing. People are looking at you differently. Some are drawn to you without knowing why. Others feel uncomfortable around you, even when you say nothing. And some may even start opposing you. Don't be confused by this. Your energy has shifted. When your role activates, your presence changes. You carry something now. Authority. Not loud, not forced, but undeniable. And people can feel it. Some will be inspired by it. Some will be intimidated by it. Some will try to challenge it. But none of that changes who you are. Because your validation no longer comes from people. It comes from purpose. Now listen carefully. Being chosen is not about feeling special. It's about carrying responsibility. Because when heaven confirms your role, it also trusts you with impact. Your words will matter. Your actions will influence. Your presence will shift atmospheres. And that means you can't live unconsciously anymore. You can't go back to playing small. You can't pretend you don't know. Because now you do. And with awareness comes accountability. But don't let that scare you. Because the same God who called you is the one who will guide you. So what is your role? It may not look like everyone else's. You may not stand on a stage. You may not have millions watching you. But your role is precise. You are here to bring light into specific spaces, to speak truth where there is confusion, to carry peace where there is chaos, to stand firm where others fall. You are part of a bigger picture, a divine strategy unfolding in this era, and your position in it is not random. You were placed here on purpose, at this exact time, for a reason. Chosen one, if you've made it this far, this is your moment. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now, I want you to receive this. Not just hear it. Say this within yourself. I am not lost. I am being led. I am not behind. I am being prepared. I am not ordinary. I am chosen for a reason. My role is clear, even if I'm still discovering it. And I trust the timing of my life. Take a breath. Feel that. Because something just shifted. Not outside. Inside you. And that's where everything begins. Chosen one. Heaven has confirmed your role. Now the question is not, am I ready? The question is, am I willing to step into who I truly am? Because the world doesn't need another copy. It needs you. The real you. The awakened you. The version of you that no longer hides. So rise. Not loudly. Not forcefully. But intentionally. Because your time is no longer coming. It's here. If this message found you today, trust that it wasn't by accident. These words are here to guide, to heal, and to awaken something deeper within you. Right now, this channel isn't monetized, but the mission continues, because someone, somewhere, needs this light. If you feel called in your spirit to support this work, you'll find the details in the description below. And remember, what you give in alignment always returns in greater ways.